Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to the final path on 8.2.3 that is going to be Weapon Eternal Flame Ember. Disarm with dodge and capture it with a heavy knockdown and along with Juke and Limber. The nodes are pretty straightforward. The defenders are going to be Jubilee, Ronan, Captain Britain, Mr. Fantastic, Valkyrie and Cable. And the boss you're going to attempt is going to be a Joe Fixit. Now for your suggested counters here, you can use champions that have strong special 2 and have a bit of buffs. Now they are not really required. You can probably use any champion, but it's more advisable to take champions that have strong SP2s and have like more than one buff, unique buffs on them. They will work well on this path. And because there's going to be Limber to counter that, bring on a white max to counter it, and this should be enough to give you for multiple fights. For your suggested masteries and boosts, it's a very simple and straightforward. Just the usual masteries. Boosting would be good for this path because it's a little bit of annoying and long path. Setup ouchies and non-ouchies setup both will work. And again, use champions with buffs and SP2 and strong SP2 along with max pre-fight to bypass Limber. The boss island is going to be Joe Fixit, Nimrod and Ronin. We're gonna attempt Joe Fixit, so let's jump into the path and check it out later. The first fight is going to be against a Jubilee. I'm gonna use an Omega Sentinel and I'm using White Max pre-fight. So what I'm trying to do here is to push her to an SP2 because it is easier to evade the special on SP2, so I can disable the weapon node. Once I have that disabled, all I have to do is to parry and knock down the opponent so I can go ahead and steal the weapon. But right now she's throwing her SP1, so I am just using my heavy attack to keep the debuffs paused and trying to evade the SP1, but I wasn't able to. So then I decided on, okay, I will throw my SP2, and here we go on the SP2 evade. I've got the weapon disabled. With the knockdown, I got the weapon to myself. Now I can just use 4-hit combos, build up to an SP2 and throw that, and rinse and repeat that and keep those debuffs on Jubilee and she will melt away. So simply put, push the opponent to a special, dodge one of the hits from the special attack. Once you do that, the weapon is disabled. Then you use a parry and heavy to knock down the opponent to get the weapon, and also remove the ebb and flow knockdown protection, and you can use your SP2s, and because of the stolen weapon you will get your power 40% of your power back very quick, and just like that you can finish off the fight. Using the same principles from the last fight, the next one is going to be a Ronin, and I'm gonna show off my 7-star rank 1 bishop. Remember though that I am boosted here, so to finish off this fight much faster because this node is annoying to deal with. So Ronin's SP1 and SP2 is much easier to evade, so I have just evaded the shuriken from the SP1 and I have removed the weapon. Now with the knockdown I have stolen the weapon. Now with an SP2 I will gain my power back, and I will also do quite a bit of damage to him. Right there, look at that, I used to have power as well. So I'm gonna rinse and repeat that and I'm be able to take him down much faster. The best part about Bishop is his SP2 does quite a bit of damage, and with the weapon you can keep getting back those with those power, and with those prowesses you can do a lot of damage in a very short amount of time, and you can bring down the opponent easily. Defender number 3 is going to be Captain Britain. I am going to use a Nimrod here, and I'm also going to use a White Max pre-fight so I can reliably stun her. Now her SP1 is much easier to evade, so I would suggest you to evade her SP1 so you can remove that weapon from the opponent. The way you remove the weapon from the opponent, you disable it, is that you dex one of the hit in the specials. Once you do that, the weapon goes into cooldown. So I am slowly trying to do that, and Just knocked her down, removed the protection from ebb and flow knockdown, and used my SP2 to get some damage in. Even if I don't take the weapon, you just kill off the opponent with just knocking down and removing ebb and flow knockdown protection. So right here, I evaded the SP1 first projectile. Now I need to knock her down with the heavy, and now I have the weapon to myself, and I can easily throw an SP2 and get power back at the end of it, and rinse and repeat that to kill her off. Defender number 4 is going to be a Mr. Fantastic. Now he can be very annoying if you have a lot of debuffs on you, and he does apply quite a few debuffs, and also you get debuffs when you use special attacks. That gives him evade against you, and together with ebb and flow knockdown, he can be quite annoying to deal with. But slow and steady, you can take him out. I have a Shang-Chi here, so it took a bit of time for me to take him down. If you use somebody like Valkyrie who has more buffs, it will be much faster and easier. You can use other regular champions as well. You can use a cosmic champion with some buffs here, and that would be a much faster fight. You can also use a falcon here. So quite a few different options available, but I had a Shang-Chi. I thought he would be faster, but it took quite a bit of time to take him down. I had to use 3 or 4 specials at one point to take Mr. Fantastic down, and there were a lot of evades because I could not just take down all the debuffs on me fast enough. So it was a little bit annoying to deal with that, but there are definitely better options. I've tried this fight with Valkyrie, and she just absolutely destroys Mr. Fantastic. It's the same thing. All you need to do is to dex one of the attacks from the in the special SP1 or SP2. Once you do that, the weapon node is disabled, and once the weapon node is disabled, use a heavy attack knockdown to take that weapon for yourself to steal it. I would suggest do that when the ebb and flow protection is also up, so you can remove the protection and gain the weapon at the same time. And once you have that, you can use the specials, get back power quickly, and then finish off the opponent. And then we have a Valkyrie to deal with. Well, Valkyrie is not really a difficult defender. You just have to take care when she gets a bulwark, she will go stun immune. Other than that, pretty straightforward defender. Both of her specials can be easily evaded. SP1 and SP2 are easy evades to give you that disable on the weapon, and then with the heavy attack you can steal the weapon and also remove the protection, and then you can throw your specials. And with Bishop, the specials do quite a bit of damage because of prowesses, and you can get 40% of the power back. And like that, you can just rinse and repeat the specials and take Valkyrie down. And because she's a skill champion, so she will also give Bishop more and more prowesses. So it would be a much faster fight. Just build up to an SP2 and make sure that you knock her down before you throw an SP2 and do all of the to remove that protection, and throw that SP2 with some good prowess and do quite a bit of damage. I'm just trying to bait out the SP2 here. Once that is done, I have 22 prowesses on me. Now I'm gonna wait for the heavy attack, and she's knocked down, and the protection is removed again. So just like that, back-to-back XP2s, and I can do quite a bit of damage, and she's down to 44%. You rinse and repeat that, and you can take her down quite easily. Plenty of different options can be used. Any mutant champion with some kind of buffs on him can work, and you can also use white mags to your help. Storm is a good one, but I would say don't use white mags. Use mutant champions that can easily convert the stuns into passives, and that would be better against Valkyrie. The final fight before the boss is going to be a cable. I am going to bring in a Nimrod. You can also use in a Mega Sentinel. Any tech champion that has quite a few buffs on him, that can work. Ultron is another option that can work. Again, the whole thing is to evade one of the hits in his special attack. Once you do that, the weapon is disabled just right here. And then I'm going to use a parry and heavy to knock him down and remove the protection also, and also steal the weapon for myself. So I'm just building to an SP2 here. Now I'm ready to throw my SP2. I'm going to wait for him to parry, and here we go. Look at that SP2 damage, and I'm going to get my power back. I'm again up to 1.5 bar of power, so I can just rinse and repeat that and keep throwing that by changing into Blitz protocol. And I can do all the damage to cable. The protection is up, so I need to use a heavy attack to knock him down first, right there. And now I can just throw an SP2 on his face and do all of that damage in the Blitz protocol. In Eradicate version now there will be more damage, so easily Nimrod can run through all the mutants, and we can jump on to the boss now. The boss fight is going to be against a Joe Fixit. Now I'm going to use a Kingpin here. Try to push him to an SP2 only. His SP1 can do a bit of damage through the block and can apply some debuffs on you. The difficult one here is going to be weakness. Just be careful about that. When you have a weakness, try to stay back and get it over with before you go in and attack, because the weakness can give you cramping, and that will do a lot of damage to you. Apart from that, any debuff you apply, he's going to remove because of mighty charge, so be wary about that. And also he will have ebb and flow knockdown, so you'll have to knock him down every now and then, and to remove that protection. And while the protection is removed, you will have a fury and you will do extra damage to him. So just like that, back and forth, you can do that. You can use your Shrug of Champions, it will work really well. Valkyrie should absolutely destroy this fight. You can also use Massacre, he can also destroy this fight. Kingpin with Hood Synergy also works. So any champion that has a 100% chance of removing those non-damaging debuffs should work. Your Elsa Bloodstone should work here. Also your Crossbones, which should work. The whole thing is to keep and to try and push him to an SP2 always, and just look for that weakness debuff. If you have it on yourself, you stay away until that goes away. And apart from that, it's a pretty straightforward and simple fight. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, guys, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel and turn on the post notifications. All of that really helps me out a lot and helps me grow the channel. Make sure to check out the channel for the other videos on 8.2. We have done it from 8.2.3 to 8.2.6. So we've got only 8.2.1 and 8.2.2 remaining, 5 parts each. I'll be putting up on the channel and trying to finish off before the end of the month. So thank you for tuning in, and I hope you all have an amazing day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.